coming to you from the foothills of the Missouri Ozarks, on the fringes of Fimazo number 7. If you are listening to this, you are the resistance.
Now, I want to be clear here. If you want to put a Tobin tax on the big mega brokerage firms and the Federal Reserve, I'd all be for it, to pay off the debt. Of course, you have to pay the money right back to them. It's fraudulent. You've got to write it off. And I want to be clear. There are a lot of good people in this Occupy Wall Street movement. But the Move On, George Soros, they all admit they're trying to hijack it. Because they know they've got to lead the opposition. George Soros gets banker bailout money. He brags about having a great crisis. Europe is going under serious austerity. I'm not one of these fake right-wingers that supports the banksters saying cut everybody's pensions and things that you paid into to pay the bankers. See, the mainline Republicans are saying that with austerity. They get one half, and the Democrats call in and say raise taxes on the middle class, and in between them, where the Jack Sprat could eat no fat and his wife could eat no lean, so between the two of them, they lick the platter clean. That's how this dialectic works. Take Roseanne Barr. I've read about her. I know she's involved in a lot of good causes. Not a bad person. I was planning to play a clip of her. I know Max Kaiser had her on. And I understand what she's saying. Either the rich start paying for more taxes or they get their heads chopped off. But are you talking about the guy that makes $1 million a year and has 300 employees down the road at the cement factory or whatever that he started when he was 25 years old with one truck? I happen to know a guy like that. And literally worked his fingers to the bone, doesn't even have fingerprints because the line ate him off. Talking about that guy with hundreds of employees? Or are you talking about Warren Buffett, who got banker bailout money? By the way, there are demonstrations against Bank of America, against the corrupt mortgages. Now I support that. So I need to be clear. There's a lot of good stuff happening here. And when Bank of America takes people's houses that are paid for, they don't even have a deed to, like in Florida, they did deserve to go to prison. But I don't want to start talking about cutting heads off. But I understand where Roseanne Barr is going with this. But the elite want to cut the middle class's head off instead of actually, they're going to throw the system of the wolves because they want to get rid of what's left of the free market. Paul, you've got the floor the last few minutes of this, the next 5 minutes, and we're going to get a report from Rob Davidson there on the streets in New York. I flew him up there. And with another reporter here out of our office. And then we also have Aaron McBreen's going to be down there covering the Occupy Austin at the City Council. That'll all be staged with their people down there this Thursday. And we've also got other reporters. And I'm going to Dallas and Houston and San Antonio. But you finish up in the next few minutes. You've got so many quotes, so much proof. And I'm just so tired of seeing well-meaning people getting conned by this, Paul.
Well, I mean, the words that John Lennon sung when he said in the song Revolution, you say you want a revolution, but then you go carrying pictures of Chairman Mao. Well, if you listen to some of the interviews, and we're not saying this is all the people, but it's definitely a significant portion. You go and watch the Kakesh interview that was posted in the article yesterday, and you look at some of the signs these people are carrying, the red flags, the communist motifs, then alarm bells start ringing. Because they talk about using the state to violently enforce their belief system, which, if you read the Occupy Wall Street website, is the Obama agenda. That's why in these interviews they want to re-elect Obama, who is the ultimate Wall Street puppet. They openly advocate his tax agenda, as we've just talked about. And then you look at who is actually coming in to steer the protest, and it's MoveOn.org, which is the Democratic Party front, massive backer of Obama. Bankrolled his 2008 campaign, fully behind him in 2012. And of course, that campaign was funded by JP Morgan Chase and Goldman Sachs. His entire cabinet is full of Wall Street operatives, Lawrence Summers, Caldera, and Michael Froman. So why is the group that helped get Wall Street insiders to power now announcing its involvement in anti-Wall Street protesters? It doesn't make any sense whatsoever unless these protests are being manipulated.
Stay there. We'll come back with more intel from Paul Watson. It's simple. They implode America, pose as the saviors, and then fully destroy America.
Big Brother, mainstream media, government cover-ups. You want answers?
Well, so does he. He's Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network. And now, live from Austin, Texas, Alex Jones.
All right, popping in with Obama and the globalists effectively just getting rid of the borders entirely is William Dean for about 10-15 minutes at the bottom of the hour. Max Kaiser pops in for 30 minutes. I will open the phones up as well. Specifically, do you disagree with me on this Occupy Wall Street? I don't know how you could, but if you do, I'd like to hear from you. If you agree, and how do we reach out to these well-meaning people who really think communism and socialism is a good thing? My God, it killed a couple 100 million people last century. It's a total humiliation. A bunch of government party members living in palaces while everything we've worked for gets stolen from us. It's always big banks funding it. My God, they're trying it here. We've got to defeat these globalists. I mean, we've got to get them out of power and punish them because they're not going to stop. Do you think I want to go up and protest the Fed? Do you think I like it? You notice I don't go out in public a lot because I like just electronically working, getting the word out. You think I like going up against the Federal Reserve? But it's a dark, misty staircase. I've got to go up into the room with the Cyclops folks. I've got to go up. I've got to follow this path because every time I look at my children and look at anybody else's children, I realize they've got to have people to defend them. They've got to have people that'll do the research. You've got to have strong minds that aren't weak-minded. And as men, we've got to step up. But we are fighting pure, unmitigated, deceptive evil. You think the bankers are just going to come in and steal everything and then just sit there? No, they're going to come in and run the opposition and go, I know how to defeat the bankers. Raise taxes on the general public and pay us out so we're exempt. And then they publicly run it, and then they publicly can't get the little hippies to wake up. So I can't get the Glenbeck people to rush Limbaugh people to wake up either. They just love being conned. Limbaugh just says all of Wall Street's perfect. Bailouts are wonderful. Same thing with Glenbeck. No, that's wrong. That's communism for them. It's stealing. All you so-called conservatives that won't wake up, you're going to allow this to come down in America. They're going to kill a bunch of us, man. They're going to steal everything. You better get aware of that. These people, this is the red terror the globalists want in this country. They want to knock out America. They want death camps. They've been setting it up with Homeland Security. They want to bring in a hot terror, a red terror in this country. And then they'll knock the commies out after they're done killing, 50 million people. And then put in some new fascist system. Commies are used to exterminate and relay the land. Then they bring in the corporate reform after with the public that's learned, how to behave. Paul Watson, finish up. I'm sorry I'm ranting here.
Well, I mean, you played the clip earlier, Alex, with Michael Moore, saying the Fed's irrelevant and all the Occupy Wall Street people cheering. Why are the ideologues of this movement people like Michael Moore? This is a multi-millionaire who poses as this working-class hero, a big fat slug who tells everyone else.
He's worth hundreds of millions.
And now he's trying to control the narrative of this Occupy Wall Street movement by claiming it's about, quote, ending capitalism.
The guy's CIA. You can take one look at him. He's Ford Foundation jacked up. He is a slug who knows full well what he's doing. The man is a traitor.
Well, I mean, he seems to be enjoying capitalism quite a bit. He owns several million-dollar beach houses, charges $50,000 to give speeches, has hissy fits when he's not treated like royalty, and then puts on this fake public persona of being the down-to-earth man of the people. And they all cheer him for it, and I'm just not buying it. I'm tired of being a sucker. And I mean, we called it with the Arab Spring. We said that the situation in Egypt was being manipulated. A year later, the people in Egypt have got virtually no freedoms. It led to the Libya situation where they were called protesters, and it gave the green light to the NATO bombardment. We were proven right about that.
Stay there. I'm going to give you 2-3 minutes on the side to finish. Recapping that we were right again. Oh, yeah, that's how it works. They turn rebels loose, or protesters. They say, this is the rightful government. And that's what our media is doing. They're saying, this Occupy Wall Street, they're right, raise taxes. The people spoke in America, you wanted higher taxes, pay for foreign banks. And the hippies will all skip along, we won. You people make me sick.